numbers, which is good. What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well during this quarantine time. Lewis and I are here to present to you, guys, some news, some updates, what's going on with Amazon, and obviously a beautiful opportunity that you can take advantage of today. And that is the great way to start or get into FBA, Amazon FBA, that is, without really use of any money, and you're using the consultant agency approach, and we'll explain more on that. But before we get any further, of course, we like to show you and always share and celebrate some of the successes that we've been having in our community. And right now, what you're looking at is a snapshot from Jasper, who has been, of course, crushing it. Nothing less, right? Expected. Over $15,000 in a span of 30 days worth of sales. And of course, it could be a shorter period of time. But this is when the snapshot was taken, and he's getting close to about $1,400, right, for the actual day, which is with 35 units sold. All right, so you do the math. So killing it, as always. Congratulations, Jasper. Next person we have up is Lee. For those of you guys who are not familiar with our group, you guys are not part of the Amazon group, whether the free group or the paid group, this is just to give you a little bit of insight on what's going on. This is Lee. She's earned $59,000 in 1 month. That's a 30-day period. And she's gotten about 3,600 over that in a single day. And that's selling 154 units. So these snapshots are real. These snapshots are from people like you and I who are able to make a killing in the game of Amazon FBA. Another person that we have up, I want to show you, because our community is just so lit, guys. The people here are just so invested into their success. Bua has been killing it as well. She has made with 24 units, over $316, but with $10,000. And I'm sure that, I believe, if I remember this post correctly, this was way before the actual 30-day period. So she made that before the end of the month. So which was amazing, right? Some people do that in salaries, right? So to understand that you can do that in a single month with, a few products under your belt, this is really, really impressive. And last but not least, we have my main man, Mr. Aaron Teddington. Aaron has been killing it as well. Know him personally. About $11,000 in sales in just 2 days. This is just freaking insane. So guys, these are nothing short of amazing, but they're not impossible. And that's what we want to drive home here today. To let you guys know that these are numbers that you also can do as well as members of this community. If you guys are here live, you guys are already taking the initial steps that you need. Right now, what I need you to do is direct your attention right here where you can see get all live notifications. It's on our far left screen here that you can see, probably your right. Get all live notifications. This is a mobile snapshot of what you're looking at right now. This mobile snapshot allows you to get live notifications when myself or Lewis and I go live, and you will be notified immediately through Facebook. All right. And also, if you're on desktop, it will look a little different, but it'll be a bell icon. You can hit that, click, get all live notifications, and you'll be there in no time, like a snap of your finger. Okay. The other thing I want to mention, guys, is that every live we do a giveaway, and this is the Kevin David Unfair Advantage, the Underground Blueprint. If you guys are not familiar with this is Kevin's literally blueprint that he's put together of how he was able to amass all of the things that he has with his empire and his business that he's built in this book, digitally, non-digitally, with physical products, but mostly on the digital side, and how his thinking process to getting to that point. So if you want your chance to win this, like this post, right? Give it a thumbs up. We take hearts as well. We always do. Like this post and give us a hashtag live if you're watching live with us, because we always like to know who's live with us. There's a few people who's always been consistent, David Smith, Nitin John, and we have Tracy, a lot of people that we see on a regular. Hashtag replay if you're watching on the replay, and then ask us a question. We love questions because it allows us to know who's really serious about their business and who is out there really trying to get those questions answered, so that way they can get to that next level that they're looking to get to. So I hope this information so far has been really, really gratifying, helping you guys get pumped. If you haven't hit the like button already, I'm asking you guys, just destroy that like button so that we can get some likes here. So that way everyone can kind of get the word out. Everybody's in quarantine, so hopefully we have a higher turnout, because I know normally when we go live, people are at work or coming home from work. So we're hoping to at least let this be a useful hour for you while we have Lewis, who is a CEO and who runs the ZonBase in the background, the product launches. He's the guy that we ask all the questions to. So we're going to borrow his brain. Lewis, we're going to borrow your brain real quick. And then we're going to have everyone ask all the questions, and Lewis is going to bestow his knowledge upon us. So ask your questions away. Let us know where you're asking from or where you're watching from. And Lewis, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people so we know exactly.
Okay. Yep. So, my name's Lewis. I've been selling on Amazon for a few years now, going on my 5th year, and it changes a lot. And as we've grown with Amazon, so we've needed sort of tools. We started out in the beginning using software like everyone else, all our competitors, but then we kind of figured out that we could get more accurate numbers, and do things maybe better ourselves. So we started building up our own database, and then with people like Kevin, helping out, we then said, well, we could actually turn this into a business that people would pay money for, but we continue to do all of our Amazon business also, and we would never stop that because it makes good money, but it also keeps us very close to the process, and I test everything on ZonBase on my own products as well, and I do run an Amazon agency, so we can talk a little bit about that, right? Yep.
Awesome. So one of the first things we're going to do, guys, just to give you guys a little bit of structure of what's going to happen during this live. So we have 2 things we want to show you and get knocked out right away. First of all, guys, answer the question you guys see here. It's where are you watching from? We were interested to see all around the world where people are watching from. And again, so we can get into questions as well. You can ask your questions. Lewis is going to go through and show you guys, a quick snapshot or a run through of the ZonBase software that he's talking about. He and his team and Kevin has worked really, really hard to make something that's very, very useful. We have even our ZonBase customer service folks in the chat as well, which is going to be even amazing. If you guys have questions about that directly, we can help you out with that. But if you guys stick around, you'll see towards the end, we'll literally show you the Amazon agency platform that you guys can take advantage of. And of course, for those who stay till the end, you guys are gonna have a magnificent deal. And Lewis just revealed that to me literally before we went live. You guys will be excited.
Tell them what the deal is so they know what to
Sure. Yeah, so guys, pretty much the deal is going to be at the end. I'm going to actually post this up really quickly at the bottom so you guys can see it. I don't want to crowd the page, but if you see the bottom here, guys, it says, this is our Amazon 2020 takeover, and we want to set you guys up for success. And so Lewis thought it would be an awesome idea in order for you guys to have a coupon code that's going to give you 50% off any of the products that you guys purchase on ZonBase. But on top of that, if you use the discount code agency, you get the 50% off anything you purchase, and you also get the entire Amazon agency course for completely free. I mean,
you're going to be showing Kevin David's course, right? So that's Kevin David's agency course, which is, how to start and run an FBA agency.
Yeah, and if you guys ever had questions about that, what it is, how does it work? Well, if you get ZonBase or purchase anything with ZonBase, you guys get that completely for free as just an add-on. So I think that's amazing thing to, let you guys know about. If you guys take advantage of it, man, it's just beyond me. So you guys don't waste your time. You're in quarantine. Everybody's in quarantine, most of the country or most of the world anyway. So take advantage. Don't just sit around and, don't just sit around and just let this opportunities like that pass you by. So I'll let Lewis take over with his screen so we can kind of go through, if you're ready, Lewis, so that we can show you.
Let me just do a little 1 second talk about the elephant in the room.
Go, right? Yeah, please.
Which is the COVID virus that we're dealing with. Firstly, we start every one of our own staff meetings, not with a prayer, but just a bit of gratitude that we all work online and our business continues. And so we're very, very lucky. And I try and get my staff to understand that, which they do, that the niche that we're in or the industry that we're in is doing very well. Okay, so it's very strong, and online e-commerce is kind of a good place to be, right?
Yeah.
Now there are some short-term shortages, or like Amazon's, not able to post or send certain products, and some products are taking priority. That we understand that is just a short-term measure, whilst there was an initial run on stores for essential products like toilet paper and stuff like that, right? As soon as the market returns to normal, as soon as buying behavior returns to normal, you can only store so many cans of food in your kitchen, right? Once you've bought every can of food you could ever buy, like you're not going to buy more than just what you would buy normally, right? And so we think that we're not very far away from that. And we, I live here in England, and we follow it very closely in the States, and certainly the regular stores, that sell regular stuff, they're able to kind of at least have products. The online deliveries are very busy, right? But Amazon is able to keep going. And already this week, we're seeing on our own Facebook groups that some guys that were trying to create shipments to send into Amazon, which for the last few weeks have been held back because they're non-essential products, they're now being allowed to go. It's not everyone, but it's starting. So if there was one company that could figure out how to fulfill orders during a time like this, then that would be Amazon, right? So I guess what we're saying is get used to this for a little bit of a long time, right? This could go on for a number of months, or even longer, in terms of how long people are going to be working from home. I'm even going to go one step further. And tonight, when I show you ZonBase, I'm going to talk about, because everybody's looking for products to sell. And what you don't want to do is sell a product that is somehow related to COVID-19, like hand sanitizer or something like that, right? Because Amazon is acutely aware of price gouging, and to me, that's not where I want to be when I'm on Amazon. I want to be somewhere a bit more out of the limelight than a product like that. Amazon could be shutting that down at any time, which they stopped, I think, 2 million products about a month ago, which had any kind of connotation for COVID-19 or anything like that. So I wouldn't look at a product like that. But I think that there are going to be changes to our world forever that will never ever come back, never ever change. And nobody, it's quite fun to spend some time thinking about what those could be, right? Because no one knows. But I think we have some ideas, and that could be a great area to kind of start looking at product research. For example, everybody's working from home, and the world is not ending. So when all this is finished, maybe companies are going to be more open to the idea of staff working from home.
Exactly.
Right? There's no commuting time. There's good quality of living. You don't have the huge office expenditure, the office overhead. It can work, and we're proving that it's working, right? So if you would think that the number of people for the next 5 years in the future are going to work from home, you would be, I think, correct in thinking that number is going to increase from what it is now, right? And because everyone's working from home now, but when you can kind of go back to work, I think the number of people that choose to work from home, I think is going to increase. And I think that there will be an increase in buying of things that would create a home office or a shared office space between like a kitchen table and a office desk, or a bedroom, or a way that you could have some kind of a office printer that can flip over and it can be a bedside table. That kind of concept of where you're going to have home office products, I think is going to be something that's going to have a lot of legs going forward. And maybe when I do a little demo tonight, we can look at some products like that. Okay?
Yeah, for sure. Really quickly touch on that, like you mentioned about remote working. Gary Vee, who's in the past, who's been totally against remote working and thinking that he likes the space where everyone's all together and confined in one space where you can talk and see everybody's faces, guys. Gary Vee himself yesterday said, you know what, myself, as someone who's totally against remote working, has now opened, and he believes that workers can be actually more productive, because he was more productive at home because there was no other distractions, office distractions, coffees, people walking by, conversations on the side. He really got way more work done at home. And now he's open to actually having 1 day a week where he's allowing all his employees to work from home, called remote day. So guys, the world, like Lewis said, will not be the same. There will be structural changes in business. So keep that in mind. So you want me to share your screen now, Lewis?
Okay. Let's go.
I'm going to share your screen right now, and everybody pay attention really closely, okay? Ask questions.
Okay. So this is ZonBase, and it's a suite of products, okay? You start on the top left, and you kind of move down, or you can click on these tiles or move down. They're in the same order, okay? And you start off with your ZonResearch. That's how you find your product, right? Market research comes from ZonResearch. And so this is where we filter the entire Amazon database, and we go and look for products that fit a certain niche. Now, if you've listened to me before, you're going to know that I don't like selling where other people are selling, right? So if you've been told only sell between $10 and $20, then everybody's been told to only sell between $10 and $20. And really, you know, I think you want to be in kind of not where other people are. So I am going to choose a higher price point. I'm going to say I want things that are a minimum of $50. There's more profit, and I can spend more money on my PPC. But I don't want them to have too many reviews. So I'm going to limit it to 5 reviews, meaning I could probably compete with them. I don't like products that sell 10,000 units a month, right? Because I kind of want to keep under the radar. And I'd rather have 10 products that make $1,000 a month than one product that makes $10,000 a month. That's quite a big thing to talk about, you know, but that's my, because I run Amazon businesses, and I know how easy it is for a product to suddenly lose favor, and you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. Okay, so I'm going to take this $50 product, and I'm going to say, well, you know, let's start with 10 a day, which is 300 units per month, and we'll go up to let's go even less. Let's say 150 up to 300. So we're going between 5 and 10 units a day. So I want any product on Amazon that's costing at least 50, maximum 5 reviews, between 5 and 10 units a day, and I'm going to choose categories that can carry a more expensive product, right? And traditionally you would use things that you've got like an interest in, you know. And so I don't want clothing or shoes, and I don't know anything about music, and so let's do that. Okay.
Is there any rhyme or reason for the things you selected, Lewis? Why did you select those in particular, and you skip over some other ones?
You know, guys must play around, and you will play around, right? Because, you know, here you're seeing, like, let's look at what comes up first. This is just a way of, I guess, seeing a different way of looking at products.
Gotcha.
Because the first ones to come up that sell 272 a month, so which is like 8 or 10 a day. It's not many, right? But it's a massive air conditioner, right? Yeah. And it costs a lot of money, right? Yeah. And so, you know, like it's an $18,000 product, right? So like it's you know, this is what's coming up in the top of the list because I'm sorting by monthly revenue, right? Gotcha. So we can say, well, okay, hold on. I don't want to see the crazies, right? Let's limit monthly revenue to maybe $10,000, you know, and do another search, and it'll bring up, you know, completely different things again, you know, and so now it's saying we've got lawn chairs, we've got power lights, and, you know, things like that. So this is a way that you can just kind of filter products to look at them. Okay. Why did I choose those? Just to play around, and you've got to kind of go with products that you feel an inclination for. This is where you would come if you didn't kind of have anywhere to start. You would start here. Okay, let's assume that I'm going to go for a product like some kind of a home office, maybe home office organization. So now you know, this is going to be something that's going to help me keep my home office a little bit tidy, right? Mm-hmm. Then you can run our ZonBase Chrome extension. So if you kind of come back to ZonBase, that's the second thing that you would have on the list, which would be the Chrome extension. Okay, so you would do a search on Amazon, run the Chrome extension, and that's now going to go and paint a picture of this page live from Amazon that says, okay, number one ranked product for home office organization is this product. And that's number two, that's number three. The search term home office organization doesn't have that much search volume at the moment. And there's quite a lot of sellers in that niche. So it's not such a good keyword, right? So it scores quite low on our smart score. That's a score out of 100. But page one for home office organization has got an average revenue of $30,000, an average price of $20 per unit. Page one has an average number of reviews of 738. So that's quite high. So this is probably quite a difficult page one to get into just because the reviews are so high. And you can see straight away, like, you know, number one is 3,500. There's number 6, has got 12 reviews. It is a cord organizer, $6. It's way too cheap. You know, I wouldn't want to kind of be on putting all my money in a product that's going to cost $6. If I'm just showing you the tool, if you wanted to, you could exclude certain things. So for example, I could exclude this guy by just clicking on that. And what it does is it changes all these calculations at the top. And that when I come to download this to CSV, it leaves that product out, you know. And you could leave out like the number one product, and all this is going to give you tools that are going to help you kind of find a keyword, find a page one that you can put your product onto that page one, or we as a launching service can launch you to that product and page. Okay. There's a sales estimator. So this is a very simple little thing where you can go, okay, this particular product here, you know, if I take that particular product and then you can put it here onto our tool, we know, okay, we should know. That was interesting. Let me get his ASIN. We know who or what he is. It's that product, etc. And then we can calculate the sales. This is using our algorithms based upon our own real data that we feed in, as well as the tens of thousands of products that we track. And it's, you know, it's fetching it live from Amazon. It takes time to do that. So.
Yeah, and it's filtering through all that data, which is pretty intense with all the data that Amazon actually has on their storage systems.
Yeah, that may have gotten a bit stuck. You can try it one more time. Never do live demos, true. I have to come back to that one. All right. Oh, there we go. So it's selling 4,700, which is understandable that it's selling that many because it is on page one and it's Amazon choice for home office organization. Okay. Yep. Okay. All right. So we can answer questions as we come back.
For sure.
ZonTracker is, once you've got your product and you're trying to get to page 1, you need to know where you are, what you are, how you're doing. Okay. So you would come in and add a product here, and I'll search for one of my existing products that we use as a bit of a demo, and it's this sloth mug. Okay. So it's a coffee mug with a sloth on it, right? And we have, through our research, kind of figured out that we should be targeting the following keywords for this mug, and then you can add keywords to it, right? So I can edit or add keywords, and I can, you know, kind of just add another keyword to this list, right? But these are the keywords that I want to track. Okay, there's sloth coffee mug. I will always hang with you, sloth cup, sloth mugs. And then our system, every few hours, goes and types in sloth mug onto Amazon, finds your product, and comes back and tells you where you were and plots it on a graph, right? So you can see that for the keyword sloth mug, we're now in position 18, and we've kind of been going up and down for months on this product. Sometimes we go down to position 108, sometimes we're up in position 4. But if you were doing a launch, you would expect this graph to kind of go from way low up high, and this is the software. You could do this yourself, right? So that was sloth mug. Okay, so you could come here for every single product that you've got, every single product that you want to track, and every single keyword that you want to track. You could type in sloth mug, go through and see all the sloth mugs that you're competing with, and there's us in position 18. Okay, it's just that our software does it for you, right? We've got keywords. So if you have a keyword like a maybe home office, let's go organizer. I hope I spelled that right. And it's going to give you kind of, it's going to give you a whole lot of information about this keyword, right? It's going to tell you that home office organizer has only 161 estimated searches on Amazon. It's not very high. It tells you from our Google Trends that in the last short while, that graph is going up, which means people are absolutely starting to search for it more. We tell you who people that are searching for home office organizers are also searching for desk supplies and desk accessories and desk shelf and things like that. And then these are all the keywords. If you had a product that you wanted to get to page 1, you could then go and do ads for desk organizer, desk accessory, office supplies, dorm decor, organizer, desk decor, and we give you kind of the monthly search volume of each of those and the smart score. In other words, out of 100, how good that keyword is, right? And then the last of the tools that we have, which is one of the most powerful, is called reverse ASIN. And that's where you take a product on Amazon. Let's not take the sloth dude. Okay, let's take the best-selling sloth mug, which is this guy. Okay, he's the number one seller for sloth mug. We can take him and put him into our reverse ASIN and analyze him, and we know every single keyword that this guy ranks for and the position that he ranks for. So he ranks for sloths, number 1, position 1, and Tervis tumbler, 24 ounce with lid, number 1, sloth cup, and then you kind of go down and you can see all the keywords that guy was ranking for position 3, position 4, position 5. And if you go to the bottom, you can see that we go to page 4, he's ranking for hundreds of keywords. And it's very, very, very powerful to know what your competition is ranking for. Because if you had a very, 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 very similar mug, you could then target all these keywords with an ad campaign. And when you were doing your listing, these were the words that you should put in, because here we count your individual word frequency count. So the word Tumblr, out of all these words that keywords that rank, the word Tumblr appears 91 times, and mug appears 72 times, and coffee appears 57, and lid 46. So your listing would say something like Tumblr mug for coffee with lid, Tumblr mug for coffee travel with lid, and you use these highly searched for keywords in the keywords that it ranks for to create your title and your bullet points. But we could, as ZonBase, we could do that for you. And then underneath these tools are the services that ZonBase offers you. So we could do your listing optimizer for you. We actually research and write that title for you and your bullet points. Photo enhancer is quite cute. That's where we know what works on Amazon, and we turn your existing photos into explainer photos. So like you just send us a photo like that, and our guys know how to make it into a sellable photo for Amazon, and we put little things and change it and edit it, and so you don't have to pay for an expensive photo shoot. You just send us your photos, and we'll turn them into Amazon kind of winning photos, because we know from our launching what works and what doesn't.
It's amazing, man. By the way, I mean, for those of you guys who don't know or not, understanding about the photo piece.
Yeah. And sometimes your photo has to tell a story,
Mm-hmm.
So like something like this is quite clever, where it's a nice photo, but you need it sometimes. Now you might not be able to do that as your main photo,
Right.
because the main photo really should have white. But certainly it's cool to have it as like a second photo or third photo, because your photos sell. We have a service called Product Validator, which is a service that we've been asked to provide by our clients directly, because we've launched thousands of products, and we'll give you a scorecard of any product that you want to launch. Like, go and bring us Home Office Organizer and bring us one of those products, and say, I want to launch this, and we'll give you like a 20-point scorecard as to whether we think we could launch that product using our experience of launching thousands of products. Because sometimes we can't launch it. If 50 people, just this week, I'll tell you, we had to say no to some political products because you're not allowed to advertise. We can't do a launch without advertising. So so the guy had bought all these Trump products, but we couldn't launch into page 1, and there's categories where you can't advertise. There are other ones where products go through kind of like niches, or what's the word, like the fidget spinner. When the fidget spinner was in, everyone was selling fidget spinners. And then it became too many fidget spinners. If you bought us a good fidget spinner, we just couldn't sell it. There were just too many on the market. Yeah. And you might not know that because you're still doing your research. You don't know that we're launching thousands of these identical products. So this is a very powerful tool because it saves you. It's before you place your order at the factory, just get us to give you a little go ahead. And then after you've gotten the product go ahead, then you would use us to launch you to page 1. So that's our page 1 launching service. Yeah. And we run a PPC only launch so that it works. And you can contact us at any time with any of your questions, because it's just kind of like a coaching based business, you know, we have live 24/7 coaches that will guide you through your launch. And then at the end of the day, once you've finished all this research and you've launched your product, you then put your product into autopilot. We look after the PPC for you. Having your PPC on autopilot means you pay less and you sell more. You know, we're so experienced with PPC. We have automated software. We bring your ACoS down, and you know, and your sales will go up. So that's ZonBase in a nutshell.
Awesome, man. Louis, thank you so much for that, brother. I'm going to hide your screen now so we can see our faces, guys. We're going to break for questions real quickly, and then I'll show my piece afterwards. I know you guys have some burning questions, and if you guys have questions right now, this is the time to throw them in there so that way we can catch Louis while he's here and while he's hot. All right. Teresa, what's going on? I see you. Frank, Jerry, what's going on, brother? I see you as well. Marianne, Debbie, love it, love it. Let me see who else. We have some burning questions. I see Kevin in the chat as well. People watching from Atlanta, Charlotte, Miami. Woo, I love that. That's my old, well, not Miami, but it's Fort Lauderdale, but we frequent Miami often, me and my family. So from there originally. What's going on, brother? Timmy. Scott's, he's from the Ninja Group. Welcome, welcome. And Sonnet has a wonderful praise report. She says, amazing customer service, prompt, knowledgeable, and professional. Can't really say too much more about that. It's right there. Thank you so much, Sonnet, for that. Sonnet Stevenson, everybody.
I don't get comments like that often.
Well, it's good to hear them, you know. And
because I'm the boss, so people are like, you're so shit. So
it's good. Okay. You guys are having good questions. I mean, a good you know, service, you know, and you guys want to express, be a good time because it lets us know that, you know, things are going well and Louis can then make the changes that's necessary. So question from Vivian says, question from Mara Talal says, when will ZonBase be ready for the Amazon UK market?
Yeah. So we can do, okay. So we can do for the UK, we can do all of our services because we can launch you for the UK market. We can do your listings for the UK market. We can manage your PPC for the UK market. We are in the process of building up our data. We have to be sure that our data is outstanding, right? And we have, like, for example, the keyword data. We have over 15 million keywords. And our ASINs, like for our reverse ASINs and our filters, we have over 100 million ASINs, right? So it takes a lot of time to build that data up. And so it's in progress and it is happening. But what I will tell you is do all your research in the US. Why? Because the market there is the most difficult, right? If you can find a product that works there, and you can find a niche that works there, you're going to be sure that you're going to want to take it around the world. So that's what we're saying to the guys is do your research, use our Chrome extension, do your research in the US.
Awesome, man. I'm going to let everybody know that we're taking questions. So right now, that was a good question, by the way. Let's see who else we have here. We got a lot of people that popped on. We had 100 earlier, down like to the 90s now. We have Timmy again, still rocking it. Mara asked the same question. See the next one we have here. So I have this person here, and maybe you've probably had some people who were dealing with this. This is O'Neill. O'Neill says my account got suspended. I think Kevin was talking to him or her earlier about this and saying that they were asking, he asked like what happened, reasons why, and he says they're asking for an update on service bill, which I provided, and they say it's not a bill. So what would constitute as a bill to help them out in this situation right now?
Welcome to the party. This is kind of like this is the tax you have to pay to start selling, okay? So what's happened here is when you create a new account, as soon as you create it, Amazon then kind of takes it offline. You can call it suspended or whatever, whilst they verify information from you, proof of address, they match your address to your bank account, and there's lots of things you have to give. And until you do it, your account can be offline, right? So what I will say is that on the Facebook group, FBA ninjas, and this is why there is 100,000 people on that Facebook group. It's because there are people that share information, because maybe you're from the United States, but maybe you're from another country, and it's all kind of different. So go onto the Facebook group and do an exact search for suspended account.
Yep, I think that's a perfect answer for that. People have been through what you've been through. I know for sure I've seen that question asked, and it may be like a different bill, maybe like a phone bill or something like that. That maybe what they accept, and maybe what you submitted may not fit within the criteria that they're looking for. So you could literally be one submission away from getting your account reinstated, and I've seen people get reinstated.
Or it's really bad, but even another person might look at the same thing you sent and then think that that's okay. So it is quite frustrating, but go onto the Facebook group and you'll see it.
For sure. We're going to rip through these questions as well. So if you guys are asking them, we're getting through them pretty quickly. And if you have any questions afterwards, you can ask afterwards. But if you want to answer them, have them answered live, ask them now. Shurat says, who can teach me how and what to sell on Amazon face-to-face? I will pay for that. I understand exactly where you're coming from. First of all, Lewis went through, a systematic way on using ZonBase on how to find a product, from finding a product, going through keyword research and step-by-step. If this seems fast to you, if that seemed pretty quick, obviously, spending more time on the, Amazon videos that Kevin provides, a lot of the free stuff. You guys can always go there, rewind and rewatch. If you have his course, that's even better, because he goes even deeper and shows you step-by-step on how to do that. And if you stick around towards the end, or actually you don't even have to, it's at the bottom. If you guys take advantage, if you do purchase like ZonBase and are already in the product research phase, you also get the ZonBase agency, where he has modules showing you how to do product research and breaks it down as well. So there's many other ways.
Let me jump in and say that an FBA agency is a way of making money on Amazon that doesn't cost you anything,
right?
Because you don't have to buy any product. Because the idea of an FBA agency is you acquire Amazon knowledge and experience, right? Maybe just have one or two small products, not many. Just get in and learn the system. Yeah, you get very good at software like ZonBase. We do all the work for you, the launching, the PPC management, and then you go to someone else. Kind of in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king, right? So you go to someone else who doesn't have any Amazon experience, but who does have a store or an e-commerce website or a Shopify store, or has a product or has a license to some kind of branded product, or has access, and then you would say to him, I will manage your Amazon store for you. I will run your Amazon store for you. And that will allow you to earn a commission, kind of for every $100 that the store makes, the Amazon FBA business makes, you can make, whatever percent you negotiate. And that I do that a lot in our business, right? And as a result, you make money from Amazon, but you don't have to put any money in. You're not buying any stock. You're not doing anything like that. And there's a lot of advantages to that. And that's what Kevin has created a course called FBA Agency. And that's what Drew's going to be sharing.
I'm going to show you guys exactly what that looks like. So you're coming from the standpoint of, as a consultant, to come in and, be able to take over kind of school, and kind of like how you're asking Shurat, showing them how to do, you can, if you want to, show them how to do and how to sell face-to-face and how to find a product. But that's what your agency would be setting up to do, doing that for them, because a lot of them want to be kind of like silent partners, give the money and just want to have the passive returns, and they don't care whether or not they pay you in the process and you get a cut back from whatever is being sold. They just want it to be done. So some people would rather that. So I would definitely look forward to that. If you are looking for anybody who can help you, again, our groups, there's people in there who's always willing to help, face-to-face, one-on-one, and even do group chats on Facebook Messenger. So ask away and somebody will answer, I promise. So Lamra, we see Rory is in Dreamy Drew and Luxury Lewis.
Yeah.
What's up, Roy? We miss you, brother. Lambret says, Tariq says, what is the difference between ZonBase and Helium-10? I'm gonna let you take a stab at that, Lewis.
Okay, so you know, there's a short answer and a long answer. There's three main differences. Number one, Helium-10 offers tools like our software to research products and keyword research, but they don't offer the services that we offer, right? So we do a launch for you. We actually take your product to page one. We do your photo optimization, and we do that product validation where you actually send us an idea of this is the type of product I want to sell. Will it work on Amazon? So Helium-10 don't do that. Other than that, they are quite similar, except we are about half the price, right? So that's the difference number two, which is that we're much cheaper. And then number three, I can't speak for them, but I can only speak for us and how accurate and real and live our data is. I showed you when we were looking at like our tracking software, and it showed you the mug, and our tracking software said that mug was in position 18. We went onto Amazon and it was there in position 18. You know, it wasn't on page 4. Yes.
Cool. Awesome. It looks like we had some more people join the party. We're back up to 97, guys. What's up? Go ahead and smash that like button, guys. And again, if you guys are watching live, just really quickly, we do have a contest. If you guys want to win a guaranteed t-shirt or book, this will be the opportunity to do so. You can do so by just sharing it. The one who shares the most wins, and obviously that's how you get to win both the shirt and the book. All right, just to want to put that out there for you guys. Next question we have is from Brian Alberto Zimmerman, and he says, I have a product not currently on Amazon. Let's see, read from here. I have a product not currently on Amazon, only one place in the world that produces this product. Other similar products from other countries also produce this, but this brand would be new to the Amazon marketplace. How easy is it to market something not yet seen on Amazon? Good question. I like that. It was well thought out.
If you were bringing us this as a product in our product validator, in other words, you're saying to us, you paid us like $80 or $90, and you're saying to us, tell me if I should invest the thousands of dollars that it's going to take to launch my product. And if I didn't know anything more, I would say this is not a good idea, right? Why? Because Amazon is not a place to launch an invention. Why? Because we need to get you to page 1 for a keyword, right? Which means somebody must be typing in what that is, okay? Facebook is very different, right? If there was this new invention, okay, where like something like a hand could kind of take fruit from the top of the table where it was getting too overripe, and the hand automatically took the fruit and put it into the drawer because it was now put away, okay? And you saw that on Facebook. You'd be like, wow, what a cool product. Click here to buy, okay? But how would you sell that on Amazon?
Right.
What keyword would you possibly want us to put you on page 1 for?
Yeah.
You know, gifts for dad. You know, that's not, you know, come on. So that is the difficulty about targeting a keyword, a product that doesn't have an exact keyword ready to go. Is it a dog bed? Is it a cat tent? You know, is it a staircase for an elderly dog to climb onto your bed?
Yep.
Right? Is there a keyword already for this product or not? So that's the problem about taking something brand new. Number 2, if it's only made in one place, it sounds like there's quite a bit of information that has to come. But when people buy on Amazon, they're on the train, they're on the bus, they're on their phone, they're flicking through photos, the photos have to snap, which is why our photo optimizer service really counts, because you've got less than 1 second to kind of convince someone to click on your listing, right? How are you going to tell them that this product is now, it's Madagascar, it's like from a wonderful country, it's like the only one that's been here? You don't get that opportunity. So people are not going to know. They're not going to know that it's from that one country, right? Because you're talking like it's fancy and it's like you're the only country that makes it. To me, it's sounding like it might be expensive, right? So now there's your product next to all the other products. Your product is more expensive. No one knows why it's more expensive because nobody reads the detail in it. And so it sounds like it might be difficult, right? But maybe I've got it wrong, and reach out to us and let us do a proper validation of your product.
Awesome, man. I hope that really helped, Brian, because that was a good question. So yeah, what Lewis said is, just, if there's no data to go and back, we don't know where to start from to start doing the research to use in order to start raking you. So
yeah,
hope that helps.
What you're looking for on Amazon is to catch where people are already making searches for a keyword, like home organizer. They're working from home and their office is a mess.
Yep.
So they're going to come onto Amazon and they're going to start typing in a keyword. And you want to find those keywords where there's a lot of search demand, and not a lot of supply.
Yep.
Where page one has got the door open for you, that we can get you onto page one. You can't get onto page one if everyone on page one has got 10,000 reviews. It's not for new products, right? But that's the sort of product, how to bring a new product onto Amazon.
Cool, man. So TJ Jono says, how much would you need to start FBA? I'll take a stab at this one. We had a dedicated live to this already, TJ. And the number that we've, the rough estimate, like an estimated good number to hit, would be around 3,000, 3,500. The real answer would be as much as you can, right? If you can go above that. And it really is highly dependent on the type of product you're selecting. If it depends if the product is light, if it's easy to ship, its shipment, cost, if your product requires a molding, like with your manufacturer, all these things come into play. If you're listening to some of the, tactics that Kevin shows and the strategies that Lewis also shares as well with what you're typing in as far as criteria when searching for a product, it should vary right around there, right? And your goal when starting with FBA is to find a product that is actually selling, right? To actually works. You're testing out. Don't look for profits on the first month, but that'll be a good number to start out to get your initial, 200 to 500 test products to come in, see if they sell well. If you at least break even, that is great, right? That is perfect. And then you can go ahead and see if you want to test something else. And then once you find a winner, then you can start to go deep and find other products that associate with that product, right, Lewis?
But I am gonna say, take advantage of the coupon code that we're offering tonight. It's the coupon code is agency. If you haven't, bought any FBA product or if you haven't got any ZonBase product from us, because then you're going to get the free course, which is how to run an FBA agency. Because there's many different ways you can make money from FBA, and one of them is buy your own inventory from your own factory that you're going to find in China.
Yep.
But there are other ways of making money. And one of them is to get good at Amazon by working with others that have products, working in teams, and then maybe going to people that you can see they've got a good product and they're not on Amazon, or their listing is terrible and you could work better. You could kind of reach out to them and say, could I help you? You really need money on the table, and I can do it better for you, and I'll do it for this amount of money.
Yeah, awesome, man. So I hope that helps answer your question. Yeah, guys, take advantage of that down there. And I'm going to show you after this. We have only like 2 more questions after this, and we can get cracking with that. He says, Lambret, who asked a question earlier, says, can you talk a little bit about PPC? I guess you can talk about what PPC is, and then actually like what PPC should be used for as far as like the purpose of it.
Okay, so PPC is pay-per-click sponsored ads. That's where the product that sells the most for a keyword goes to page 1, okay? And that's how you get to page 1. You sell the most for that keyword, okay? But you can then pay Amazon to put your product next to it. And if anyone clicks on your listing, then you pay an amount, okay? What is highly relevant at the moment is all PPC across most products this month on Amazon is going bad. Okay? What do I mean by that? PPC has kind of like a profitability attached to it, right? In other words, how much you spend for those clicks and how much sales you make, okay? And this month on Amazon, what's happened is Amazon has turned around without being very like public, you know, and they've said to certain non-essential products that we're not doing free 2-day shipping anymore, right? So if you come and buy your non-essential basketball hoop, because now you've got kids at home and they've nothing to do and you want to put a basketball hoop up, right? You go type in basketball hoop and you click on the ad, then you see that it's only going to come in 30 days time. You then don't buy. And so people are clicking and not buying quite as much. And that's making the ad, the PPC profitability this month go down. So just when you say talk about PPC, the idea is you want to bid for a keyword, but not lose money on it. The idea is you want to make sales. We run a PPC management for you. So it's called PPC Autopilot. We would do that for you.
Cool.
It's quite a big topic.
Awesome. Yeah, it is a bigger topic, and Lewis did a good job breaking that down for you guys. So if you have any questions about that, Lambrant, you can ask us while we're on the live, or you can ask us after as well. Vivian had a question from, I don't want to even try that one. Last name is Baranhu. Says, what are the categories that are usually accepted for FBA at this current moment as a new seller?
Okay, so there's a few. Your question is asking at the moment. Okay, so at the moment, Amazon, in order to help get more essential products out quicker, Amazon started limiting what new products you can send in. Okay, not new sellers, any sellers, right? So in other words, if I'm selling just a basketball hoop and I'm a regular seller and I sell it all the time, a few weeks ago, I wasn't able to create a shipment sending new products in. Amazon was saying no products in, right? So it wasn't new sellers, it was all sellers, right? It wasn't categories, it was product by product. So somehow Amazon decided that a toolbox was a essential item because you maybe need to fix something in your house, but a tool belt was not, right? So it was just this random list of some products and not other products, okay? So you have to kind of, it's a little bit of luck about whether your product is an essential one or not, okay? But number 3, I am seeing from yesterday, people posting on Facebook groups saying they are getting their shipments are now being accepted, which was always going to happen. Amazon is the most profitable business in the world. It's one of the biggest companies in the world. They're not going to stop selling things. They just needed to get a short-term, essential products wave out the way. And obviously that wave is being dealt with. And so I believe we're probably days away from Amazon going, okay, new products, you can come back.
Cool. Awesome. I hope that really answered your question, Vivian there, Baranhu? Mr. and Mrs. Baranhu. So you can catch that. Debbie asked a quick question. I want to start FBA in the US. I am living in another country. Is that possible? And if it is possible, what's the common requirements that I need for that?
I can say this very quickly because we're running out of time. Mm-hmm. There are a list of I don't know the exact number, 13 or 14, let's call them easy countries, right? So if you want to sell on the US and you're in one of those easy countries, like the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, then it's very easy because you can just use your United Kingdom or Australian bank account, an Australian company. You don't need to do anything, right? You just set it up from that country as it was that country, and the money just gets paid from Amazon to that country, okay? Then if you're from a country that is not on that list of easy countries, such as Morocco or Egypt or something like that, then it gets a bit harder. So what you have to do is you have to go onto our FBA Ninjas Facebook group. Okay, there's 100,000 users on that group, and you just type the country name that you're in, and you will see all the comments about how to get approved from Egypt or
Whatever country you're from. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Good question, Debbie. I know there's a few more that came up, but I wanted to go ahead and do this demonstration really quickly. I'm going to share my screen because we are running out of time, guys. So if you guys are asking questions, great. I love you guys are getting engaged here. Really quickly, this is going to be the login screen that you're going to see when you go into the Amazon FBA agency. Once you get your free login access, this is what you're going to be able to see right here, okay? All these modules, this is coming directly from the course itself, the Amazon agency course. So if you can see it from a snapshot bird's eye view, you have 5 total modules. Yes, each and every single one of them are stacked with, different topics, right? You got different, at least 3 videos, 3, 4, 5 videos each, and each of them are about 20 or so minutes long. Some of them shorter, some of them longer. So just to give you guys a quick idea, Kevin quickly gave an update about the coronavirus and what you can do at this current moment. Quickly talking about world-class suppliers. So I know somebody asked about suppliers in the comment section. We didn't get to that question, but how to find a good suppliers. That's how you find world-class suppliers. He answers that question there. Module 3, talking about how to create product listings and ranking your page and helping to do, world-class PPC marketing. Again, somebody asked, Lambert, you asked a question about that. So that's your answer right there. How to make money with Amazon with zero money, how to actually do the Amazon agency portion where you're a consultant, coming from that angle, looking at the perspective, helping somebody out who needs assistance with either, correcting, pictures, listing optimization, maybe their PPC is off, maybe they're ranking for the wrong keywords or they're attacking the wrong keywords. These are things that you'll learn through this course so that way you can go from novice, and we don't say expert, but you go to the areas of expertise in certain areas. And then obviously while you're doing over time, like Lewis, like I've been exposed to the Amazon world for a long time. Lewis has been exposed for a long time, way longer than I have. And so he knows way more, right? He runs the companies, he knows what goes on in the background. So these are the knowledges you'll be getting along with this. That way, even if you're just starting out with a few products and just to get your feet wet and learn the ins and outs or come full circle, once you've done that, have a product shipped over to yourself. And even if you didn't, as long as you understand the mechanics of what goes on in the background for an Amazon business, this is where this can be 100% useful for those of you guys who don't have, let's say, the money to actually purchase the full-on large course or to even start an Amazon FBA brand or company. This will be a perfect way to segue. Take your knowledge that Kevin gives you here with this course that you can get for free if you purchase anything on ZonBase with the code agency. And then down here, we give you also, of course, how to create recurring passive revenue. So obviously, if you're using ZonBase, you can tell other people about ZonBase and they can purchase from your link, which is affiliate marketing, and you can earn a recurring commission every single month. You get about 50%. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lewis, 50%?
Yeah, it's 50% forever, yeah.
Yeah, 50% for as long as that customer is a paying customer for that course where they purchase from your link, you're getting half that payment as well. So that's just a perfect way to just turn this whole quarantine, Corona, COVID-19, drama into something that can be profitable for you because A, you're not going anywhere, you're sitting at home, unless you're taking care of somebody. And even then you can schedule a timeout and then you can learn this really quickly and then figure out how to find people who need this knowledge, needs this assistance with their Amazon business. And you guys can take it full circle for them. Lastly, I want to show you really quickly, Lewis, if you don't mind, I want to show them the current price. If you guys are doing monthly, it's automatically set to yearly over here like that. So if you want monthly, let's say you want to pay per month, if you put in the code agency, all of these prices you see here get slashed in half, okay? Even the yearly gets slashed in half. So you can see that they give you the total per year. So that would be $222. This would here would be half of that. It would be $402. And that's 365 days of all ZonBase that you get, all right? And that's only if you put in the code. Now, if you don't want to do the yearly, you can do it per month, and this will be slashed in half per month. So guys, now's the time more than ever to take advantage of being at home, quarantine, instead of just watching Netflix and binging on shows. That's cool and all, but that's not gonna, you can't take that activity to the bank, right? When things go back to normal, we want to set you up for success, and we want to put you in a position where you can actually, get out there and make something of yourself, where you're no longer dependent upon furloughs and layoffs and things of that nature. And if you choose to go out there because you love the work you do so much, at least you have a strong enough basis where you're not dependent on that only source of income. So I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in there. We are at 6:36. We are coming over time, guys. I'm going to see if we can find one lucky question. I think it'll be merited to be answered. Let's see if here. How can you tell? This is the last one, Lewis, and then the rest I'll just answer afterwards, guys. So this is the last question, okay? We're gonna take. This is from TJ. He says, another question, buddy. How can we tell who's legit on Alibaba? And somebody here responded, Nick Grassi, stepping in. He said, get samples and look for older and higher rated suppliers. That's a really short and sweet answer. Anything else you would look for, Lewis, in a supplier to make sure they're legit? Things you would mark off?
Yep. You have to get a sample. You can also tell a lot from how well they communicate. And you would do an inspection, but don't be stuck in thinking there's only one way to do it.
Yeah.
You can absolutely look for suppliers in the US. And one of the real advantages why I started my Amazon agencies was there are guys that have already got a great product with an amazing factory. They've been through years of improvements and finding and everything like that, right? But they're not on Amazon. But they've got that whole factory side taken care of.
Yep.
And that's why I really like the idea of an Amazon agency, was because you could say to them, I'll manage your entire Amazon store for you for 10-12% revenue off the top, and you send in your product, and then you don't even have to worry about finding a product from the factory. But otherwise, that is one of the risks you're gonna have to deal with.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, I want to first thanks Lewis for being here and doing the whole demo he did in the beginning. If you missed that, watch the replay, guys. Trust me, it's worth it. Again, guys, we want to make sure you understand 50% off the prices that I just showed you. Everything is half off. And on top of that, Kevin has also thrown in for free, completely free, the Amazon agency course, the program that I just showed you for free, where it teaches you how to do product research, how to do use the correct keywords, how to find the people, the contracts that you need in order to draw up to help these people get signed on, right? And even how to just get started. It gives you all the knowledge base you need to equip you with a high income skill, or high income earning skill, where you can go out and provide those skills and talents that you just learned during this quarantine. It could be the most profitable quarantine. And then you can go out and offer your services and offer your aid to other people who need it, who just don't want to deal with Amazon and talking to suppliers. You'd be able to just handle all of that and all the logistics, right? And of course, most of that will be done through ZonBase, because you'll have access to ZonBase. You can use Lewis as, the home base to like white label some of the stuff you want to do. Say, hey, I need this product picture to be corrected. I need this listing to be optimized. You don't really have to do it yourself, but at least you know how you have the tools now, because you'll get ZonBase to use it in tandem together. Right. So that's the idea. And obviously, again, with 50% off and getting the course free, I see that there is literally no reason why you couldn't get started. Right. Remember, this is only for 48 hours. Guys, we're here every, what's today? Wednesday, every Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We always love when you guys bring questions like this, because it makes the lives very lively, like it has been today. I thank you guys every single time for showing up. For those of you who are consistent, we love you. And we also wish you the best, guys. Stay safe, stay indoors. Lewis, thank you so much again for your time, brother. I know it's late where you are. We're going to end off here. Any questions I'll take care of afterwards. And peace and love, you guys. Keep hustling.